What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Wealthy Delivery. Thanks for coming to check out my video. I appreciate all the guys and girls that gave me the feedback for my last videos. If you guys like these videos, let me know. I'll keep dropping them. I just wanted to come at you guys with another book that really set me on to my path of financial freedom. Um, and yeah, just go ahead and let's get into that, man. I don't want to waste any more time. This one's called The Richest Man in Babylon. And I was put on to this book by Jim Rohn. I listen to a lot of Jim Rohn motivational speeches, and he speaks a lot about this book. And yeah, so it became one of my favorite books. I listen to it all the time. I read it a few times. So a lot of good lessons in there. But I have 5 that really stuck out to me, and they all came within like the first, I think it was the second chapter, which is called The Richest Man in Babylon. So the rich man in Babylon was this dude named Arcad. Arcad, he was the big breadwinner in Babylon. He had all the everything. He was wealthy, and Arcad had these 2 friends that he grew up with. And they were like everyday dudes, working, struggling, trying to pay for that 9 to 5. This takes place back in like Babylonian, like AD time, so like 8,000 years ago or something like that. So nonetheless, they're like, man, let's go ask him how he got so wealthy. And it was like, yo, Arcad. And they were like hating, but there's a little animosity a little bit. They're like, yo, we grew up in the same place. We had the same teachers. You weren't no better than us doing in games or learning in the school. How'd you become so wealthy? We work hard just like you do. And Arcad was like, yo, first of all, we all had the same amount of time to acquire what we needed to acquire here in the last few years or whatever we've been growing up. It's like, so that's lesson 1. We all have the same amount of time. We all have 24 hours in a day. We all have the ability to make something of ourselves, and nobody has more time than another person. So that was lesson 1. Lesson 2, he's like, all right, he's like, if you guys remember when we were in school, there was 2 forms of learning. Learning what we already knew, and then how to learn things we didn't know. And he's like, I didn't know how to be wealthy, so that's what I made my goal. I wanted to learn how to be wealthy, so I made it a study. So lesson 2, you got to study what you want to be and study what you want to learn. So he's like, he dropped his story. He's like, I was like you guys. I was working. I took a job as a scriber, scribing clay tablets. So I think they were like chiseling. So it was hard work. It wasn't just like he was writing some stuff down. He was like chiseling that stuff in. And one day, a money lender, and if you're a money lender, you had to have money to lend. So he was pretty wealthy. He came in, put an order in, and he's like, hey, Arcad, I need this in 2 days, and I'll give you 2 coppers or something like that. And 2 coppers was like probably like 2 pennies, I'm assuming. Arcad didn't get the job done, and the dude, Algamish was his name, if I didn't say that already. Algamish, he was upset. And so Arcad's like, look, if you tell me how you became wealthy, I will make out this scribe for you in the whole night and get it done for you in the morning. And it was a super long scribe or law. It was like scribe 1 of the laws. It was like law 9 or something, whatever it was. And dude was like, you're bold for asking that, but all right, let's do it. So Arcad worked all night, working on the scribe, but he got it done. So dude came in the morning, and he's like, all right, as you promised, how did you become wealthy? And he's like, I became wealthy when I learned that a part of all I earned was mine to keep. And so Arcad was kind of confused, like, isn't all I earn mine to keep? And he's like, and Algamish was like, well, don't you pay, for your rent? Don't you pay for your food? Don't you pay, your money? Everybody keeps your money but you. So he's like, but you have to pay yourself first. He's like, you got to pay yourself at least 1/10 of what you make here, so you can use to make more money. He's like, wealth is like a tree that grows from a tiny seed. So you got to start small. So you can't start small. You're not going to get more money and automatically be rich or wealthier. So that's That's what he let him know. So he's like, the sooner you plant the seed, the sooner it grows. So the sooner you start saving, the sooner you start paying yourself first, the more you'll see on the return. So that was lesson 3. You gotta pay yourself first, which I talked about on Rich Dad Poor Dad. Like, you're gonna see that common thing in all these financial freedom books. You have to pay yourself first. Yeah, so Arcad did that for a while. He did it for like a year, and he's like, Algamish came back for another scribe order. He's like, hey, Arcad, how's it going? How's the, paying yourself first? And Arcad's like, hey, I've been doing it, and I notice I have more money, and I'm not really breaking the bank or missing that 1 cent that I was paying myself. And Algamish's like, great. So what are you doing with that 1 cent that you've been paying yourself for a year? He's like, well, my friend, the brickmaker over there, whatever his name was, he's like, he's going on a quest to get these jewels, and we're going to sell them here for a profit. And Alchemist is just like, dude, why would you consult a brickmaker about jewels? Like, you should only consult a brickmaker about making bricks. If you want to consult on jewels, go to a jeweler. If you want to know about the stars, seek an astrologist. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm sick, I'm not gonna go to the chef. I'm gonna probably go see a doctor. Like, that's you only go to the people in their expertise area. So this is why, and this was lesson number 4 for me. So this is like, only listen to people who do what I want to do. Only listen to experts. That's why I listen. That's why I listen to motivational people or people who are already wealthy. I have business coaches and financial coaches because they are where I want to be. So that's listen to the experts. And then he's like, you just wasted that money. That money is gone. Which he was right. The dude came back and he doesn't know, the brickmaker didn't know anything about jewels. That's why he got ripped off. So he pretty much just brought back regular glass. And boom, that money was gone. He was like, do it again. Did it again for another year. And Alchemist returns. He's like, yo, so how's it going? He's like, well, great. I saved again, and then I invested it in, I think it was something about like some shield making. Like every 4th month I get a return on my investment, which raise me more money. He was like, sweet. What do you do with the when you get that return on investment? He's like, well, I usually have a nice dinner, trying to buy me a nice horse or buy some nice scarves, blah blah blah. He's like, you're still wasting your money. It's like, you're supposed to use that money to make more money. If you did it once, repeat it again, and you're supposed to make this army of incoming money that is working for you constantly while you're not working. Passive income, which is why I started an online business, because that money works for me over and over, even when I'm offline. So, lesson number 5, reinvest. Once you start making money, you got to reinvest in yourself. So, those are the 5 things I learned from that book that really stuck out to me. It's a great book. You should check it out. You can even listen to it on YouTube. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So check out The Wealthy. I'm going to go over to my computer screen. I'm show you how I use this in my everyday life as far as with my Wealthy Delivery Calculator with the 70-20-10 system that I use. So pretty much it's 70% or 10% from the money I make from my job. I give 10% to my savings account. I take 20% and put it into another account, which is my business account and my learning account. So that's what I use to buy my books. That's what I use to take courses. That's what I use to run my business. Because it's investing in myself. That's only for stuff that's going to give me money back. So nothing like vacations or food or anything like that. Just stuff that's strictly going to give me money in return. And then 70% is left over for living expenses. So I have to live within those means. Don't try to overdo it. So with that 20% though, this is where the reinvest comes in. With that 20%, once I start making money from that 20%, from my online business, I take 70% of that and put it back into the business account. So now I can scale up faster and make more money because I'm paying more. I'm using that money and investing most of it back into the business. Take 20%, give myself a little cut, to give a little boost in living expenses. And then another 10%, the 10%, back into the savings account. So now I'm putting 10% from my job, 10% from my income or personal income, self-income, into a savings account. So in that way, I'm not like overspending it and overstepping like my boundaries, or like, I spent all my money trying to make this business. No, I have a set mean of what I need to spend or what I can spend and how to appropriate that money properly. So I'm gonna go over to the screen. I'm gonna show you guys the 70-20-10 thing in real life. So yeah, thanks. Peace. All right, everybody, welcome back. Just wanted to go over this wealthy delivery calculator and my favorite part of the calculator. So what we got here, we have your living expenses, your business expenses, and your savings. So like I said, I put 70% of, well, let's start with the small. So I'll take 10% of everything I earn from my job and put 10% away into a savings account. Then I take the next 20% and I put it away for my business stuff, which is also business and learning. And then 70% is left over for living expenses. So with that, you just put like how much it costs to run your business, how much it costs to run your living expenses. And then you have no expenses for saving because you're just saving. So, but if you do that alone, let's see, let's go job only. So for the month, if you do that, and this is at $20 an hour, I don't know what you guys make, but you can put in your own numbers if you have the calculator. So you would be putting away $320 a month for your savings account that you're not even paying attention to, which, that if you do that for a year, that's almost $4,000 a year. For your business expense or your business income, you're putting away $640, which, like I said, $640 a month for a business that really only costs under $200 to run. So the rest of the money you can use for like taking courses, buying books, running ads, whatever you want to do to scale your business up. But you have a lot of room to play with if you make this amount, but whatever. And then your living expenses, and then how much you have left over each month. So that's why I do the 70-20-10. This gives you so much more room to play with. So after doing this, what I did after I started making money online, I went back and let's just say, because my goal every day is like it's $300. So $300 a day, working an hour a day on my business. So you take that same $300, drag it out here, and it's 7 hours a week. So, and what we're going to do now, since you're making money with that 133, I'm still going to pay myself 20% from work to use on my job or use on my business. But instead of that coming out of my work expense now, I'm just going to move it to here, living expense, or sorry, business expense. So what I do with the money I make from my business, let's go to self only. So I do the same thing, only in reverse. So I still put 10% into the savings from the business, which will give you're making $300 a day. That's an extra $840 a month in your savings account. This is 10%, which you're not really paying attention to. I take, instead of the 70% I make from my business and put it into a living expense, I put that back into the business expense, because you got to reinvest. So put that 70% back in so you can scale it up. And then I put that 20% into my living expense, which gives me an extra little boost on the living side. So I don't have to, so I'm not trying to go and live above my means and go crazy because I'm making extra money now. It's just like, I still want to live in that certain budget until I get to where I want to get. So that's what I do. So if you do that for both, you start doing that, there's the breakdown here. So you're getting 40 out from your 10% savings. You're getting 10% from your 40-hour a week job. Then you get 10% from your 7-hour a week self-employment. You look at the totals here. So that's over $1,000 a month you're putting away in savings that you're really not even thinking about. That's just automatic because you're paying yourself first. You're paying yourself that first 10%. So you're not even thinking about it. It's gravy. Then in your business expense, you're putting almost $6,000 a month into your business expense. So you can imagine all the courses you can take, all the books you can read, all the scaling up you can do in your business. And then in your living expense, your job is taking care of most of your living expense, but you're still getting that extra little boost from your business, that 20%, that goes a long way. So almost $4,000 a month. So this is why I live by this system. This is why The Richest Man in Babylon was such an important book for me to kind of learn how to reinvest in myself in a strategical way. I mean, I came up with myself for the 70-20-10, but this is the combination of reading Rich Dad Poor Dad and the combination of Richest Man in Babylon. So this helps me not only make more money, but have the money to reinvest in myself and in my business so I can learn and scale up. So that is that. If you guys want this, I actually have a free ebook for you guys down low. If you want to click the link, you can access the Wealthy Delivery Calculator in this ebook if you haven't gotten it already from the last video. But pretty much that's it, man. It's simple stuff. It's not nothing crazy. So try this out, man. Like try it for 3 months, try it for a year. Just notice the difference, 70-20-10. And like I've already told people like at work about this and friends, and they started doing it. I remember I worked with a dude, and I told him about this, and I haven't worked with this dude in a while, but I talked to him about it, and I told him, and I showed him the numbers. Like I had I think I used Google Sheets when I was doing it at the time, or like Excel. Airtable just makes it a lot friendlier for me. But yeah, I showed him that, and I worked with him like a few months later, and he's like, dude, I've been doing that, paying yourself first to 70-20-10. He's like, dude, it's so much crazy how much money I'll save. And like, so then that happened. That's when I was like, man, I really need to get out here and really get my channel out here to people more, because people really can use this. It's such a simple thing that was brought on to me, and I just wanted to bring it to you guys. So yeah, check the download, get that ebook. And if you haven't did the One Funnel Away challenge yet, I highly recommend it. This is dope. Like everything you need to learn about running an online business is wrapped up in 30 days, and it's not like a gruesome, hardcore 30 days. You can, and it's $100. I don't know where you're gonna get that much business knowledge for $100 ever. So, yeah, try it out, check it out. Thanks for watching. Like my channel, subscribe, show some love. I just want to. If you guys like these kind of videos, I'll drop more. Like, just let me know. So that's it. I'm outie. Remember, making money should be fun, man. Don't slave away for your dollar, and definitely let that money slave for you. All right, you work too hard. All right, I'm out.